We can start up when you tell, we'll start.
Yes, ma'am.
Maharaj, we are live.
Yeah.
We can start, Maharaj.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Good morning. This is our Sunday regular Vivekananda Study Circle class, IIT Madras. The topic we'll be discussing today is self-conscious activity. This is a phrase from Swamiji's lecture, which he delivered at Kumbakonam in Tamil Nadu. It's titled at the Mission of Vedanta. 1897, when Swamiji returned to India from his visit to the West, America, England, and Europe, he gave a series of lectures, and the one at Kumbakonam, where he gave this idea. We'll just try to reflect on that and also see some other sayings of Swami Vivekananda in this line. I'll read this. This is one paragraph from that lecture. The Colombo to Almora lectures are available on the net. You can go and read the whole lecture. In what context Swamiji is telling this? To give that background, I read the whole paragraph. So he's telling, if the Brahmin has more aptitude for learning on the ground of heredity than the Pariah, what we now call SCST, sometimes untouchables, they were also called Pariah. That is the kind of social structure we had. It is changing now. But in Swamiji's time, they were called as Pariah. Spend no more money on the Brahmin's education. Swamiji is telling, if the Brahmin has more aptitude for learning, because for generations together his family has been educated, then spend no more money on the Brahmin's education, but spend all on the Pariah. Give to the weak. Why? Because he has been made weak by a system. So Swamiji says, give to the weak, for there all the gift is needed. If the Brahmin is born clever, he can educate himself without help. If the others are not born clever, let them have all the teaching and the teachers they want. This is justice and reason as I understand it. Our poor people, these downtrodden masses of India, therefore require to know, require to hear what they really are. It is not just about reservation or giving some seat or a work, a job. That is not going to uplift anyone really. That kind of an attempt is not going to uplift anyone. It may bring money and power, but upliftment, real upliftment, can come only when that person awakens from inside. So now Swamiji is going to that line. Our poor people, these downtrodden masses of India, therefore require to hear and to know what they really are. What they really are, they require to know. You have been telling, you have been told, you are not good, you are a fool, you are unworthy, you are fit only for such and such things. And I have started accepting it. And I have that self-image. I am not pure, I am impure, I am a fool, I am not worthy, I don't know scriptures, I cannot do any worship. My very presence is impure. This kind of a self-image has been given to me, and I have been holding on to it for generations now. So what is the remedy? The remedy, Swamiji says, they require to hear first, let them hear and know, that is realize what they really are. What is this so-called untouchability? What is this so-called impurity? It is identifying you with the body or with the mind. That this sense of discrimination is done. But who are you in truth? Who are you really? Hey, let every man and woman and child, without respect of caste or birth, weakness or strength. Now Swamiji is lifting it to a higher dimension. He says, this truth, who you really are, should be preached not just to these downtrodden people, but also to those who are oppressing them. The weak and the strong, they both need to know. Higher caste, lower caste, they both need to know. What? Let them hear and learn that behind the strong and the weak, behind the high and the low, behind everyone, there is that infinite soul assuring the infinite possibility and the infinite capacity of all to become great and good. Two things, great and good. This infinite possibility, infinite capacity is behind everyone. It is in everyone. Why? Because behind everyone there is one infinite soul. It is one consciousness which has manifested as this universe. So it is like in the example of the ocean, wave and bubbles. Every bubble has the wave, has the ocean as its source. The colors of the bubbles, the shapes of the bubbles, the quality or the capacity of the bubbles, different spheres of existence, physical, energy, mental, intellectual. There will be differences in this, in the manifestation, according to the gunas, according to the karma phala. But inside, every bubble is nothing but the same water. Similarly, there will be differences in the manifestation of physical and intellectual strength among human beings. But that difference should not lead to intolerance, discrimination. That is, you will get this, you will not get this, you come here, you don't go there. And don't think of this only as India. It is there across the world. Some people make the mistake. India has this system, caste system. Swamiji points out, every society has caste system. Every society in this world has caste system. They don't call it caste, they call it in so many names. You go to America and see how the black people suffer there. How the white people, even now, they cannot, they discriminate against them. You are black, so you must be a thief. You must not be a good man. You go to any society, there will be different ways in which people, human beings, misbehave with fellow human beings for so many reasons. Either someone is very strong, someone is very intelligent, someone is very handsome, very good looking, so I look down, make comments, pass comments against someone not good looking. Why? Because I have identified myself with my body, mind, ego.
Lecture start.
And I do the same thing when I see others. So what is the solution? The best and the true and only real long-lasting solution to this kind of a discrimination is let every man and woman and child, without respect of caste or birth, weakness or strength, hear and learn that behind the strong and the weak, behind the high and the low, behind everyone, there is that infinite soul assuring the infinite possibility and infinite capacity of all to become great and good. I have the same wave, the same ocean behind me. That is my source as your source too. So if you are able to manifest, I also can manifest. It may take me a little more time, but the capacity, infinite potential is same for you and me. You have manifested it because you had conducive atmosphere, circumstances were favorable, and genetically probably also you benefited because there is something passed down through genes, and for generations you have had the advantage. I also will do it. That, please mind you and understand, cannot be done by giving someone which he does not earn. I can grow only when I earn it. And for that, I have to work hard. Circumstances may be made easier, but never at the cost of hard work. Because without effort, the inner potential will never manifest. And that strength which you have, the same strength I also have, but if you give me free, that strength will never manifest. I have to work hard to manifest that. Let us proclaim to every soul, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Arise, awake from what? Swamiji says, arise, awake, awake from this hypnotism of weakness. Arise from this hypnotism of weakness. What is weakness? Physical weakness, weakness of the mind, weakness of the intellect, weakness born of the ego's narrow identifications. All these weaknesses, I identify myself with them and then I become miserable. And then I am tortured. And when I identify myself with these smaller adjuncts, I identify other human beings also as body, mind, intellect, ego, and I inflict suffering upon them also. So Swamiji says, awake from this hypnotism of weakness. Weakness comes from this body, mind, ego complex. None is really weak. None is really weak. The soul is infinite, omnipotent, omniscient. Soul is consciousness. There is no end to it. The whole thing, whatever is consciousness. Infinite possibilities, omnipotent, omniscient. Whatever is this consciousness, so it is conscious of everything. Stand up. Assert yourself. Assert yourself means, I am an officer, my father is so and so, I am so rich. Not that ego. I should not be asserting that false identification. No, not that assertion. Then what? Assert yourself means proclaim the God within you. Do not deny him. Stand up. Assert yourself. Proclaim the God within you. Do not deny him. That divinity within. I have to first have faith. First listen. Have faith in that Shraddha, in the Guru Vakya, Shastra Vakya, and then discover it for myself. It is not enough just to hear. It is not enough just to have faith. I should realize it. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, religion is realization. When I realize, I experience it. Too much of inactivity, too much of weakness, too much of hypnotism has been and is upon our race. O ye modern Hindus, O you modern Hindus, dehypnotize yourself. Dehypnotize yourselves. The way to do that is found in your own sacred books. You have hypnotized yourself into thinking that you are the body, mind, ego, and that has made you weak. Dehypnotize yourself. Who will teach me? That is taught in your scriptures. Then Swamiji makes this statement. Teach yourselves, teach everyone his real nature. Call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakes. And when it awakes, what will happen? Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, and everything that is excellent will come when the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. What is he saying? Teach yourself, teach everyone his real nature. What is your real nature? Your pure consciousness. You are that consciousness in which and from which this universe has manifested. Discover that. Teach yourselves, teach everyone his real nature. Call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakes. power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come. Everything that is excellent will come when the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. Self-conscious activity, that is a key point. This wonderful idea, Swamiji continues, this wonderful idea of the sameness and omnipresence of the Supreme Soul has to be preached for the amelioration, that is, the betterment, the freedom, for the amelioration and elevation of the human race here as elsewhere. It is not just for Hindus. The whole world has to be taught, you are not this body, mind, ego, you are consciousness. Wherever there is evil and wherever there is ignorance and want of knowledge, there is evil. This man is doing evil things. This man is doing so many stupid things. Wherever there is ignorance of knowledge, wherever there is evil, I have found out by experience, Swamiji is telling, I have found out by experience that all evil comes, as our scriptures also say, relying upon differences. I am different from you, you are separate from me. This kind of a separation, difference, is at the root of mankind's misery. And that all good comes from faith in equality, in the underlying sameness and oneness of things. This is the great Vedantic ideal. I have found out from experience that all sin, evil comes because of this differentiation, this idea of separation from others. That's why the scriptures tell, and Jesus also says, love thy neighbor as thyself. And our scriptures declare the whole universe is one. You cannot harm someone without harming yourself. Now, this is the highest spiritual understanding of unity of mankind. There are other systems which claim to work to unify mankind, this ism, that ism, and all. They have done more harm to mankind. They have killed millions of people in the name of equality. You rich people, you have exploited us, so we will bring equality to society. In the name of bringing equality, millions of people they have tortured and killed. And that is not going to bring equality. How will equality come? When I discover that you and I are one. You and I are not this body, mind, ego. We are that wave, we are that ocean from which we have arisen. And we are floating on it as these bubbles floating on the wave. When I discover that, that will bring real oneness, real unity. Anything that is forced from outside, authoritarian states, we see in China, we have seen earlier in Russia, everywhere we see people suffer. And finally, it is exploitation in the name of doing good to fellow human beings. The only way a human being can do good to another human being is to see that you and I are brothers, you and I are one. And why am I one with you? There is so much difference. I am highly educated, very good looking, and very noble thoughts and conduct. You have such dirty thoughts, your behavior is so crooked. How can you and I be one? You are not your body, you are not your mind, you are not your good samskaras. You are pure consciousness. You are the Atman. Neither am I this ugly body, this stupid mind, this crooked intelligence, these bad samskaras. I am not this. I am also the same pure consciousness. In manifestation, there is a difference, that's all. Before going further into the other thoughts that Swamiji gives, I'll read a portion from his letter to Miss Margaret Noble, who later became Swamiji's disciple and was known as Sister Nivedita. In 1896, 7th June 1896, Swamiji is writing, Dear Miss Noble, my ideal indeed can be put into a few words. My ideal indeed can be put into a few words, and that is to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every movement of life. What is my ideal in life? Swami Vivekananda is telling, my ideal in life is to preach unto mankind their divinity. You are divine, you are consciousness, you are the Atman. I want to preach this, and I want to show them how to manifest it in every movement of life. That is the difference. I sit and I whole day meditate. I am the Atman, I am consciousness. And I say, karma is all nonsense, karma is very elementary. It will not help us to realize truth. I'll sit and realize truth. Swamiji says, you will sit and realize the truth. You think you realize, you may understand, and you may realize also, but the moment the world touches you, you fall again. You fall again. Sri Ramakrishna had a guru who taught him Advaita Vedanta. He was called Totapuri. He was a Naga sadhu in the sense he would not wear any clothes. A great realized soul from somewhere near Punjab, they say. He would not stay in any place for more than 3 days. So while wandering across the spiritual pilgrim centers, he once came to Dakshineshwar. And the moment he saw Sri Ramakrishna, he understood here is a perfect candidate for Advaita sadhana. And Sri Ramakrishna also knew this is some great yogi who has come. So Totapuri told him, would you like to practice Advaita Vedanta, realize the truth in Nirvikalpa Samadhi? Sri Ramakrishna told, I will ask my mother and come. Totapuri was a little surprised. Grown-up man, I am going to offer him to teach him some great Advaitic knowledge, and he wants to take his mother's permission. ठीक है, पूछ के आओ. So he went, and who is his mother? He went directly to Mother Kali in the temple and asked her, this man has come, yogi, he says he will teach me Advaita Vedanta. Shall I learn? Divine Mother, he used to talk with the Divine Mother, and she says, I have brought him here to teach you. Go and learn from him. So he comes and tells, yes, Mother told, she has brought you here to teach me. Totapuri is surprised. You spoke with the stone. Acha, okay. You believe in God as a form and all those things you believe. I will teach you the correct knowledge. Come. So he instructed him, and in 3 days, Sri Ramakrishna entered into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Initially, he found it difficult because he loved the form of the Divine Mother. He could not go beyond the form of the Divine Mother. It was a real experience for him. That form, as a God with form, that's the special bubble which we have discussed earlier, that is a real reality for me, as my body, mind, ego is real. But finally, he says, with his sword of knowledge, I cut it asunder and flew into that highest state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Now, Totapuri, who would never stay for more than 3 days in one place, stayed there for 11 months. Now, the incident which I wanted to narrate. Totapuri, he, according to his tradition, he will put a fire, dhuni, he will light a fire and meditate in front of the fire. And they will carry, in his tradition, they carry tongs to handle the fire. And fire is very sacred for them. You should not insult their fire. They get very angry. As it happened, one day, Sri Ramakrishna and Totapuri are sitting. Totapuri has lighted a fire. He is about to sit for his meditation. One of these people in the temple garden, he came to take a piece of burning charcoal because he wanted to light his hookah. Immediately, Totapuri was furious. Or you are smoking, you want to take fire from my sacred fire? He lifted his tongs and was about to beat that man. And that fellow ran away, frightened. Next moment, Sri Ramakrishna was laughing, roaring and laughing. So the Guru asked, what happened? Then he says, I am surprised at the power of Mahamaya. Aren't you the man who says the whole universe is Brahman? Haven't you realized that the whole universe is one? Then how is it that you can get angry with someone? And you see there is sanctity, sacredness in this fire, and that fire which burns the hookah is not sacred? You see that this difference? Immediately Totapuri understood, yes, that was wrong, that was a mistake. And he says, I give up anger now. Never will I get angry. I am telling you, I give up now. The point is, one may understand and one may realize the truth to such an extent that he can come and be the Guru of Sri Ramakrishna and again forget it. So, what makes it perfectly established, what helps one to be perfectly established in that highest knowledge that I am that consciousness, is putting it into practice in our everyday life, not sitting in a monastery itself. In my everyday life, that knowledge has to be tested. That knowledge has to be practiced. Only then will I be firmly established in that knowledge. Or else one may sit in the forest, one may sit in a cave and cheat or fool oneself into thinking that I am a Paramahamsa, perfectly peaceful, so calm, and one small incident, one small some change in the routine, all the Paramahamsagiri is gone. One small temptation, gone. So they always run away from the world. But Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda gave this idea. Realize the truth while living in the world. Living in the world doesn't mean just a married life. You don't have to run away from fellow human beings. So what is the solution? Divinize your relationships. Divinize all your activities. That is the ideal Swamiji wanted to preach. To preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every movement of life. In every activity, the divinity should be manifest. What is that divinity? It is forgiveness. It is understanding. It is love. It is love manifesting as service. It is purity. It is values, ethics. It is sincerity. All these factors, those are the manifestations of the inner divinity. Then Swamiji continues, this world is in chain of superstition. I pity the oppressed, whether man or woman, and I pity more the oppressors. Here is an oppressed man or a community. Here is the oppressor or the oppressing community. Swamiji says, I pity them, I pity the oppressor more because he has forgotten his true nature. And that's why he has become an oppressor. I pity these oppressed because they have also forgotten their true nature, accepted their identity as body, mind, ego. Then Swamiji continues, one idea that I see clear as daylight is that misery is caused by ignorance and nothing else. Misery is caused by ignorance and nothing else. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of my true nature. Ignorance of the truth that I am consciousness. I'll read some more quotes to this effect that Swamiji says. This is a collection. It's a book, Living at the Source. We see then that this human being is composed first of this external covering, the body. Second, the finer body, consisting of mind, intellect, and egoism. Behind them is the real self of man. We have seen that all the qualities and powers of the gross body are borrowed from the mind. And the mind, the finer body, borrows its powers and luminosity from the soul standing behind. This is the understanding of human personality by our Upanishadic Rishis. We believe that every being is divine, is God. Every soul is a sun covered over with clouds of ignorance. The difference between soul and soul is owing to the difference in density of these layers of clouds. He is giving one imagery for us to understand. Each of us is a sun, but covered by layers of clouds. And the difference between you and me is made by the difference in the density of these clouds. We know neither the subconscious nor the superconscious. We know the conscious only. Do I know my subconscious mind? I don't know. Superconscious, I don't even know what it is. All I am aware of is my conscious mind. I am talking something, I am trying to understand something. This is what I am conscious of. If a man stands up and says, I am a sinner, he makes an untrue statement because he does not know himself. If someone says, I am a sinner, I am a papi, it is a wrong statement because you are identifying yourself with body, mind, ego. And you are conscious only of your conscious mind and a little of your subconscious mind because those promptings are coming from inside. But is that the final truth about you? Are you just your mind, conscious mind and subconscious mind? That is just one aspect of your human personality. And to identify yourself with that and claim, I am a sinner, I am a sinner. And there are people who say, yes, yes, you are a sinner, born sinner. He makes an untrue statement because he does not know himself. He is the most ignorant of men. Of himself, he knows only one part because his knowledge covers only a part of the ground he is on. The mistake is that we cling to the body when it is the spirit that is really immortal. He who says he is the body is a born idolater. We are spirit, spirit that has no form or shape, spirit that is infinite and not matter. In this external world, which is full of finite things, it is impossible to see and find the infinite. The infinite must be sought in that alone which is infinite, and the only thing infinite about us is that which is within us, our own soul. Neither the body, nor the mind, not even our thoughts, nor the world we see around us are infinite. The seer, one who sees, he to whom they all belong, the soul of man, he who is awake in the internal man, alone is infinite. And to seek for the infinite cause of this whole universe, we must go there. The whole universe is one. There is only one self in the universe, only one existence. And that one existence, when it passes through the forms of time, space, and causation, that one existence, when it passes through the forms of time, space, and causation, is called by different names. Buddhi, fine matter, gross matter, all mental and physical forms. Everything in the universe is that one appearing in various forms. When a little part of it comes, as it were, into this network of time, space, and causation, it takes forms. Only a little part of it, not the whole thing, is in the time, space, causation. Take off the network, and it is all one. Therefore, in the Advaita philosophy, the whole universe is all one in the self, which is called Brahman. That self, when it appears behind the universe, is called God. The same self, when it appears behind this little universe, the body, is the soul. This very soul, therefore, is the self in man. That individual Jivatma is nothing but that Paramatma. This is the idea. He says repeatedly, Swamiji draws our attention. You are infinite, you are consciousness. I understand this, and he says, God is true, the universe is a dream. Blessed am I that I know the moment, this moment, that I shall be free all eternity. Vanished, I know that I am worshipping myself. that no nature, no delusion had any hold on me. All these, Mrs. So and so, Mr. So and so, responsibility, happiness, misery, they have vanished. Whom shall I fear? I am the one. How do we do this? Throughout the history of mankind, if any motive power has been more potent than another in the lives of all great men and women, it is that of faith in themselves. Born with the consciousness that they were to be great, they became great. Let a man go down as low as possible. There must come a time when, out of sheer desperation, he will take an upward curve and will learn to have faith in himself. But it is better for us that we should know it from the very first. Why should we have all these bitter experiences in order to gain faith in ourselves? We can see that all the difference between man and man is owing to the existence or non existence of faith in himself. What is the reason for this difference in all these human beings? The difference is in the degree of faith in themselves. Faith in ourselves will do everything. The old religions said that he was an atheist who did not believe in God. The new religion says that he is the atheist who does not believe in himself. The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness. I have this mental weakness, I have bad thoughts, I have bad samskaras, oh, I have this weakness, that. Brooding over weakness is not the remedy for it, but thinking of strength. Connect this with that idea. When someone is walking towards the west and he is told you will be walking into the darkness, he says, I don't want darkness, but it will not help. He cries, I don't want darkness, it will not help. What should he do? He is told, only say, I want east and walk towards the east. Don't think about not wanting west or giving up west. You will never give up west like that. The only way you can give up west is by thinking and constantly seeking and then walking towards the east. As you more and more think of east, as you walk towards the east, the west is forgotten, west is left behind. Teach men of the strength that is already within them. Instead of telling them they are sinners, the Vedanta takes the opposite position and says, you are pure and perfect, and what you call sin does not belong to you. There is a philosophy. You are sinner, so you have to accept God. Otherwise, you will be a sinner forever. Vedanta doesn't accept that. It says, what is the sin that you are telling? It is not your true nature. If there is dirt on this cloth, will I cry and bang my head? I am dirty, I am dirty. I will wash this cloth or I will throw this cloth. I will not identify myself with the cloth and say, I am dirty, I am dirty. Similarly, that sin which is supposed to be in the form of lust or crookedness, is that my true nature? That is not my true nature. That is the mind with the samskaras. And who put those samskaras into the mind? I myself. I consciously made some choices, and those choices, those acts created impressions called samskaras, and today they have become and they are manifesting as tendencies. To say I have very bad tendencies, naturally all bad thoughts come to me. Nothing comes naturally like that. I have put it inside in some lifetime, and now it has become a tendency. All I have to do is put new tendencies to counter them. And that is not the final goal also. I don't have to spend my whole life and many lives trying to just working out what my mind should do and all. But when I try to clean the mind, and as the mind becomes pure, the inner divinity is revealed. And that is the purpose. That is the goal for cleaning the mind. Teach men of the strength that is already within them. Instead of telling them they are sinners, the Vedanta takes the opposite position and says, you are pure and perfect, and what you call sin does not belong to you. Sins are very low degrees of self-manifestation. Manifest yourself in a high degree. That is the one thing to remember. All of us can do that. Never say no. Never say I cannot, for you are infinite. Even time and space are as nothing compared with your nature, because time, space, causation, that has come from you. You can do anything and everything. You are almighty. What makes you weak? What makes you fear? You are the one being in the universe. What frightens you? Stand up then and be free. Know that every thought and word that weakens you in this world is the only evil that exists. Whatever makes men weak and makes them fear is the only evil that should be shunned. Every soul is destined to be perfect, and every being in the end will attain the state of perfection. Whatever we are now is the result of our acts and thoughts in the past, and whatever we shall be in the future will be the result of what we think and do now. But this, the shaping of our destinies, does not preclude our receiving help. Yes, that's where the role of the Guru comes. The more I live, the more I become convinced every day that every human being is divine. In no man or woman, however vile, does that divinity die. Only he or she does not know how to reach it and is waiting for the truth. Everyone, however crooked, however wicked he may be, it is the same spirit. Manifestation is not correct. It is a gross manifestation. What is that? We know there is the brute, there is the man, and the God within us. Pashutva, Manushatva, Daivatva. These three are in me. And what I am, it depends on what manifestation I am doing. And I have this opportunity to manifest the divinity within me. How will I do that? Swamiji says, teach yourself, teach others, teach everyone that you are that consciousness. And when you do that and awaken that inner divinity, which is sleeping now, which is dormant, he calls it the sleeping soul. What will then happen? Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, everything that is excellent will come. How do I do that? Call upon it, have faith in it, and then manifest it in self-conscious activity. In every activity, every work that I do, I should manifest this. This is a little different from, some people may confuse this with think and manifest yourself as the self. Discover that you are the self. This is not exactly mindfulness. There is a practice, very popular practice called mindfulness. What is that? It is being in an alert state, where I am conscious of my thoughts and feelings, and I am aware of them without judgment. This is the basic idea of mindfulness. To be conscious, to be aware of what I am doing now, and in what condition or state I exist now, physically, mentally. What is my body doing now? How is it sitting? How is it feeling? What are the thoughts arising in the mind? What are the kinds of discrimination process going in the mind, in the buddhi? I am aware of all of them without judgment. Judgment is given by that buddhi and ego. So without that, I remain a sakshi. I remain a witness. Of course, it has other practices, like when you eat mindfully. You are conscious of eating, the process. You are conscious of what you are eating, and you are conscious of how it is being assimilated in the body. That is mindful eating. There are so many steps, so many practices for mindfulness. But what Swamiji here is telling is not that kind of a mindfulness. It is always being mindful, or keeping in mind that my true nature is consciousness. Tell yourself day and night that you are the spirit. So someone got up when he was giving a talk in London where he presented these thoughts. A lady got up and told, "Oh, you are teaching us hypnotism." Then Swamiji told, "No, my dear lady, I am teaching you dehypnotism. You have hypnotized yourself into believing that you are body, mind, ego. And you know the body will die. Now we are seeing in our country, across the world we are seeing. Alive today, in 3 days, that body is a dead body, burnt or buried. Are you that body? And you spend years together polishing and nourishing that body, which will go away just like that. You have hypnotized yourself into thinking, I am this body, and you decorate it hours together. And so much of things you do just to enjoy the body, your body or another body. So many things done only for enjoying this body. I want to eat this, I want to touch that, I want to smell this, I want to experience this, all for the body. 90% of things done is to enjoy this body or to keep it in a good working condition. Because when it goes into repair mode, lot of headache, lot of suffering, and all for this one body. And I have identified myself with the body. And I am identified also with my mind. And I have identified with my mind in the sense I have these bad thoughts, I have these bad feelings, I have bad tendencies, and I am a sinner. Again, I suffer. The ideas Vedanta gives, the Upanishads give us this, the Upanishadic Rishis discovered this, and it is not a one Rishi or one man show, it is the cumulative wisdom of centuries. And what is that? You are that. You are that consciousness. Discover it. And when he discovers it, Aham Brahmasmi. The Guru says, Tat Tvam Asi. You are that consciousness. The disciple undergoes sadhana, he discovers it, Aham Brahmasmi. I am that consciousness. And when he sees this world, manifest world, when he comes out of that deep inner experience and sees this manifest world, he sees that this world and I are one. It is one consciousness. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. This whole universe is one consciousness. Then that man is established in perfect spiritual truth, in divinity. And in his actions, in every act of his, divinity manifests. Love, service, all those things. Now, I have to manifest this inner divinity, awaken this sleeping soul to self-conscious activity. Before we conclude, let us see what I can do. First one is, have this firm faith, Shraddha in Guru Vakya and Shastra Vakya, that I am consciousness. Practice that mindfulness also to detach yourself from the body, the mind, and the buddhi and the ego, to remain as a sakshi. In our VSc classes, when it was being held at IIT campus, Madras, we would begin with this 10 minutes of guided meditation. There, we used to practice this, becoming a sakshi, the witness, this silent, the still witness. Then you can see how the body works, how the mind works, how the buddhi or intellect works. And you, the witness, you, the subject, are different from all these objects, body, mind, intellect, and ego. They are all objects, and you are the subject witnessing them. And that subject, as a witness also, is a subtle I that also vanishes when the inner truth is discovered. So first thing I have to do is have faith in this Rishi Vakya and repeatedly affirm, self-affirmation. Whenever I am identified, whenever I feel I am trapped in body, whenever I am strongly identified and trapped by my negative samskaras, tendencies, assert your true nature. I am consciousness. I am not this mind which is suffering. I am not this body which is suffering. I am pure consciousness. Oh, how do I know? Because these are the saints, these are the rishis, these are the poet saints of my country and every other society, every other incarnation. They have told, they have realized, and they have told us, we have discovered it. The Upanishad Rishi sings, Vedahametam. I have understood, I have discovered this truth. We are deathless. I know how to go, how to be deathless. This death is for this body, it is not for us. We continue to live after this body falls. And we are not even that which goes out from body to body. We are always, there is no going or coming. Everything is in us. We are that ocean. That discovery is the greatest discovery of mankind, and it was done in this land. Now I have to first have this firm practice of constantly reminding myself that I am this consciousness. That's a practice I have to do with Shraddha. Second practice, I have to serve fellow human beings unselfishly. How unselfishly? Enlightened selfishness. Because suddenly jumping from selfishness to unselfishness is not possible. It will be theory, simply be a lecture. What is enlightened selfishness? Instead of simply saying I say I and you. And I include you in whatever I am doing to progress. Whatever I am doing for the good of me or my family, I include you in it. That is expansion. Remember Swamiji's words, expansion is life, contraction is death. The more I expand, truly do I live. The more I contract, I am cutting off myself because he or she or that is part of me. And when I cut off from that person because of selfishness, I have cut off from life. I have contracted, and this contraction is death. Expansion is life, contraction is death. I have to practice this enlightened selfishness. Whatever may be my position in society, whatever may be the kind of work I am doing, I am a student, I am a teacher, I am housewife, whatever it is, I will try to expand my sense of concern and I will serve people around me. Just the people around me, my housemate, my neighbor, my schoolmate, my college mate, my friend, my colleague, whoever are the people who come in touch with me in my everyday life. I travel in the train every day, in the bus, my passenger, fellow passengers, whomever I see, I look for an opportunity to render some service or to share what I have with them. This will awaken in us a sense of unity, a sense of belongingness, a sense of unity with this world, with people around us. And when this sense of unity awakens, our individual ego gradually becomes less. It becomes less. Kacha-ami will slowly become Paka-ami, as Sri Ramakrishna used to say. So, less ego means more sense of unity, and that will awaken the inner divinity. So, selflessly serving fellow human beings is one definite way of awakening my inner divinity. And when my inner divinity awakens, the sleeping soul, when it awakens, power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, and everything that is excellent will come. When the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity, self is the capital S. Not I am very self-conscious. I feel everyone looks at me when I walk in the road. That is not self-consciousness. You are conscious of your body. I cannot speak a word. If someone asks me to speak, my leg shivers. Oh, it is not just stage fright. You are afraid that they will judge your thoughts, they will judge your intelligence. That's intense self-consciousness. That is not the self which is Swamiji talking. Self means here capital S, Atman. I discover myself as that divinity. And when I try to do that, by sharing things with others, by being concerned about them, and expressing that concern, that love in the form of service, enlightened selfishness, selfless service, the mind becomes pure, the buddhi becomes pure, the inner divinity is revealed. Remember, religion is not about going somewhere. Religion means going to heaven, hell. Nonsense. Religion is not going somewhere. If you get something or if you go somewhere where you are not there, you will come back again or you will lose it again. Religion is discovering what I am. It is not getting something new. You do this course, you will get a degree certificate, you become a great wise man. It is not that. If something is not there inside me already and you give it to me, it came at a point of time. There will be a point of time when it will go out also. I will lose it. So no Hindu wants to go to heaven. Who is there? That stupid Indra is there. Always playing around, enjoying nonsense. Who wants to go there and enjoy with him? And all the Puranas tell you, after you finish your karma phala, you will come back to this Martyaloka. No Hindu ever thinks of going to the heaven. Neither going to any other place. He will say, I will go to Vaikuntha, I will go to Kailasa. Why? Because I want to be with God. That we have discussed earlier is that God as with form, God as without form, both are same. It is the form which is manifesting in that formlessness. Now that's a different topic. But when I start serving like this, the mind and heart becomes pure, the inner divinity is revealed. And it is not only service to people, every activity has to be sanctified. Work as worship. Work is worship. One example, a lady, after brooming the courtyard, threw the broomstick like this into the corner. Then Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi immediately said, why do you throw it like that? Couldn't you keep it with respect in the corner? The broomstick also has to be respected because the whole universe is one consciousness. It is your ego which makes you think, though it is cleaning all the dirt on the floor, so this thing is dirty. Similarly, the mind has bad samskaras, bad tendencies, so my mind is dirty, my mind is sinful. So that is the same extension of that. The Holy Mother says, no, see divinity in everything. See divinity in everything. When you see that divinity in everything, there is Shraddha. There is Shraddha. There is respect. Respect is a poor word. Shraddha is the best word. A sense of sanctity, sacredness in all my activities. Slowly, even if it is a negative activity, so-called, as society calls it, that person will be transformed. That person will be transformed when he brings that consciousness of divinity into that activity. Yeah, this is the idea that Swamiji has told us. Always tell yourself day and night that you are this consciousness. Initially, it may look like artificial because for years together and lifetimes together, I have told myself I am the body, I am the mind, I am the ego. And suddenly I start telling, no, I am not this body, mind, ego. It will be another thought. It will be just one more thought. True. But this thought can burn away all the other thoughts. It can just awaken us to that inner true nature of ourselves, whatever we are, as we truly are. This is Swamiji's message for us. Awaken. Uttishtata Jagrata. Arise, awake. Prapyavaran Nibodhata. Realize that divine state. Swamiji says, stop not till the goal is reached. What is the goal? Discovering that truth within you. Discover that truth. Kingdom of God is within you. It is not sitting somewhere else. So that kingdom I have to discover. That is divinity. Yeah. Reflect on this one idea that whenever you are trapped in your body, what do you mean by trapped in your body? You are so puffed up with your beauty, half an hour makeup, or you're so attracted to some other body and you're suffering, or you want to enjoy your body and you're suffering, or your body is giving you a lot of pain, this disease, that disease, and you're suffering. Tell yourself, I am consciousness. And you know this body, whether beautiful and strong or ugly and weak, it will be one day burned or buried. That is the end of this body. And you have seen how it is growing, how it is going old. You have seen that transformation. Swamiji asks, people are afraid that they will lose their individuality. This kind of Advaita will teach the loss of individuality. Swamiji says, what individuality do you want to hold on? You are a baby, now you are a college student, now you are a middle-aged man, now you are an old man. What is this individuality you are trying to hold on to? And he again asked, if a pig wants to remain a pig, how pathetic. Would it not like to know that it is the God? It is consciousness. So holding on to pig individuality, what greatness is there in it? So this is the process of discovering the divinity within. Swamiji says, that is my ideal in life, to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to manifest it in every moment of life. If this second aspect is not taken and practiced, people will only read, listen, and they will never put it to practice. India did it. India has paid a huge price for it. The highest philosophy, the whole universe is one. In practice, tremendous injustice done to fellow human beings in the name of acharas and so many things. But in theory, day in and out telling, oh God, this universe is you, you have manifested this universe. And in practice, treating fellow human beings as worse than animals. Forget animals. Why this disharmony? Why this disjunct? Because manifesting it in every moment of life, that was not stressed. Just a theoretical understanding, and that is correct. No, it is not enough. You will have to practice it. You will have to reveal. How will I practice it? That Swami Vivekananda gave us one sutra, Shiva Gnane Jiva Seva. Serve fellow human beings, looking upon them as the Lord Himself. That is seeing the divinity in others and serving them. So that is one practice we can do. And then every activity, whether I am eating food or I am sweeping my room, investing a sense of sacredness in it. Let us begin with the sense of respect that the West has. They don't consider you are a sweeper. They don't look down upon you. Oh, you are a sweeper? No, dignity of labor it is called. We probably have to first pick up from there. We are so below. Someone is working in a sweeper. We say, oh, he's ordinary. He's just a sweeper. Why? Because I identify him with his work. He may be more clean than me. He may have a purer mind than me. But I identify him with his work and I look down upon him. Or I see this useless fellow sitting as an officer somewhere or a great minister, and I know he is a crook, a murderer, but I respect him so much because for the power. So what I value, I see outside. And Swamiji says, see divinity within you, see divinity in others. That is the true value because that is what you really are. That is what everyone else is. That is what everything is in the universe. This is the message of Vedanta that Swamiji gives us. And he tells, even the little of practice, even a little practice, just practice one full day, this whole day practice. If you are trapped and lost in your thoughts or your temptations or weakness, just remind yourself, I am not this mind which is functioning like this. I am consciousness. What it is, pray intensely, try to discover it. One day you practice and see. There will be some smallest, one day may not be enough. Sri Ramakrishna says, intensely if you practice for 3 days, there will be some experience. Intense practice for 3 days, he tells in this Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Intense practice for 3 days will give you some experience. It can be intense prayer to God or this intense affirmation that I am consciousness, functioning in this body, through this mind, through this intellect, as this ego. But it is the same consciousness. This practice for 3 days also can bring a change. Let us experiment and see.